Hi,
Hello,
Sarah.
how are you?
Good. How's the school year going so far?
It's good, busy, but good.
Yeah, good.
How's
Hi,
was your
Denise.
Labor Day? Did you go to the fair?
Um, we didn't. My
Oh,
husband Phil got really sick.
oh
He's
no.
actually, I was shared with Philip. I wasn't sure I'd be here. He's in the hospital.
Oh, I'm
Um,
sorry.
Oh, thanks. He's much better. He actually was feeling so bad and had such a high fever. He took too much ibuprofen and ended up getting a couple of ulcers, but they went in and did
Oh,
a procedure where they could like do an ablation on him and he's much better. And once all systems are working order, he'll be home, which should be tomorrow, but he's much better.
oh.
Thank
Well, I'm
you.
so sorry to hear that.
Mm.
Yeah. Do you go to the fair?
Oh no, I leave town. I went to Savannah, Georgia. I was out.
Oh,
I don't go to the fair.
lucky
I
you.
always leave that every time that weekend I go away.
Do you?
Yeah.
Not your thing?
It's because the traffic on Roseland Park Road is terrible and it's
Got it.
dangerous to walk my dog, so I'd rather just go. So I was out here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody.
Hi,
Good
Philip.
Good to see
evening.
you all. Okay, here comes Noreen too. Excellent.
Hi. Oops, my
We are a legitimate meeting
there.
now that Denise is with us. Thank you for coming, Denise. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm sorry about Phil. I'm glad he's doing better. That is
Thank
good
you.
news. Yeah. Okay. Another minute, but I think we will get started. We know that Sandra and Tom are on their 25th wedding anniversary. So they are
Oh,
on a trip, having a great, hopefully a great anniversary. Um, okay. Um, welcome, Noreen, as our guest. Um, and we will, I think, start the meeting right away. The first thing we have to do is revise the minutes, the August meeting minutes. Has everybody got a copy of those minutes?
Yeah, somewhere.
Okay. I would like to revise the part that says Tom walked the committee through, and we need to say the restoration of the swale rather than the pond. The pond was misleading, and so that needs to be adjusted to what we actually intended, which is restoring the swale. There were two occasions where we called this a pond, and that is incorrect. So that the other one is, I think, a little bit further down, focus on the restoration of the swale. Those are the two amendments that I would like to make to the minutes. Is that okay with everybody if we do that?
Second,
Okay, can I have a motion then to accept the minutes as amended?
So moved.
oops.
So moved, and Kristen second them. Fantastic. Any discussion apart from what we just had? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Okay, no opponents. Terrific. We will accept those amended minutes. Thank you very much. Um, Treasurer's report.
I sent out a treasurer's report earlier today. There have been no transactions so far this fiscal year, which started July 1st, in the Friends account. And we've had some expenditures for the payroll for the interns that we had earlier this year. And then we've paid a bill to Better View Landscaping for mowing. And so we've used up just under $1,000 of our $3,000 budget.
Okay, thank you. I am thinking that we should use up some of our Friends Fund for our proposed projects. I think that would put us in better state when we want to send out Denise's beautiful letter, because we will not have so much money in our Friends Fund. And I think that the plans that we have that we will be discussing at this meeting will benefit the trees in the Arboretum, which is the intention, as I gather it, of the Friends Fund. So my feeling, John, I don't know how anybody feels about this, is that we should be spending some of that money on some of the projects that we are planning to do. Feedback on those thoughts.
Yeah,
Sarah's
I
agreeing.
agree.
Okay.
No, I think that makes sense. Do we have any documentation that says what the Friends account was supposed to be spent on?
I don't think so, John. I think it was merely
Sort of word of mouth?
word of mouth at meetings that was what it was supposed to be spent on. I don't think
Okay.
there was anything ever written down as, this is legally why this money is there. It was people making donations to improve the Arboretum. I mean, the two letters that I sent you copies of,
Yep.
which just was requesting funds for the Arboretum. The only there were a couple of the memorial trees were specific, and paying for the plantings on the bank between us and Jesse's house was a specific donation that we spent on those plants when we put in those grasses and the daylilies up there. But otherwise, I think the money was just, given to us.
Okay.
So I think we're valid in spending it, and I'm concerned about that beautiful letter, Denise, where it says how much money we've got. And I think Kristen's comment is, well, why don't you spend it before you ask us for more? Is a valid comment.
Yep.
We don't need to spend it all, but I think we should be spending it. And it looks like people sort of agree with me. Yeah.
No, I think
Great.
that makes sense.
Okay.
I would just add the suggestion that, if we could maybe put in a dollar amount of kind of the cost of some of the projects, and maybe to amend the letter to say that we do have a Friends account and that the full amount that is in there will go towards it, just for people who might be in the know that there is a Friends account, so people know that it is being used.
mhm.
Does that make sense?
I think it does, Denise. But my thought was that maybe we'll hold off on sending out that letter until perhaps
Yeah.
November, when
Sure.
we will have already spent that money on different projects.
Okay. And I mean, my thought too was just about, I don't know about everybody else, but sometimes I think people look at end of year giving. And so, sometime that might be a good time to send it out when people are thinking, oh, I could give $50 to a community thing. I have this pot of money that I'd like to give away before the end of the year. Do other people
Right,
think that way?
except that this is not tax exempt, right? I mean, it's just like, is it considered?
Oh,
It's a donation to the town. I mean, I don't know
No,
if
that's
it's
right. It's not tax deductible to the giver.
right.
that's a good point, Noreen.
So
But
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
that,
I do think waiting makes sense only because I think I agree with what's been said about spending the money down, but also I think it would be good to have some projects mentioned in the letter and saying, we would like to do this, this, and this is the approximate cost. And that's one of the reasons we're sending out this letter. So, just so that there's an idea of how much is being,
Right.
thought about
Yeah.
for
I
need.
think that's a good idea. Kristen, you had your hand up.
Is it possible to encumber that money by just sort of a committee vote saying we'd like to designate 5,000 towards the restoration of the swale, and sort of put it in brackets so it's somehow designated for that and therefore off the books for future spending, so it doesn't look like we're so rich?
I think we could do that. My thinking is that we are going to get that swale restored in the next couple of weeks,
Oh, okay.
so that the project will be done. I'm hoping, and that's not a $5,000. That was $1,000 project that Chris had given us the estimate, and it was including the whole space, so it's probably going to be less. But then Tom has given a whole list, which I'm going to get to. I don't know if he sent it out to everybody. He had a whole list of projects that he felt should be done, and that will take expenses also. And that would be projects done in the next couple of months. So if we delayed in sending out this letter, we could then list, we have spent this amount on the swale restoration and this much on these other projects. And now we would like to do the future projects. And then we could say that the estimate might be for their cost, Denise, so that, just what we've spent on and what we would like, why we need more money for the future.
That's
Have
great.
you
That's
also
an
got,
accelerated timeline. That's good.
I'm sorry, Kristen, go ahead.
That's a timeline that's accelerated from what I was thinking. So that's
Right.
good. That's really spending it right off.
Right. Noreen, you had something to say?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Um, are you gonna, it would be good on the town's website to have like maybe before and after pictures of the projects, I think.
I've just
I think
lost you.
that's a great idea.
Could you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
I think that's great. I've somehow pressed the wrong button and lost the picture.
Go to gallery.
Where's gallery? Where is it?
In your upper right hand corner, you should see something called view.
Nah, I don't.
Are you on
If
an
you
iPad? Are you on an
move,
iPad or a
move a
computer?
mouse,
I'm on a laptop and I have,
Okay.
no, I don't have a mouse. It says, do you
oh,
want to allow this website to open Zoomus?
Say no. Worst case scenario, you get kicked out and you come back. But say no.
Okay. Join from Zoom Workplace app. No.
No.
No, I don't want
The
to
funnier
download it.
thing is that at school, I'm like tech. I can't handle any tech. On this meeting, I'm like the tech queen. I know exactly.
It's all relative.
Well, you know what? I can hear you. I just can't see you. And
Okay.
you can hear me, right?
Yeah,
So
we
we can,
can see you.
Yes.
We can hear you
we
and
can
see
hear
you.
and see you.
can you see me?
Philippa, is your laptop a PC or an Apple?
Apple.
No, I
Are you
can't
in
help
the
you.
app or on the web browser? Do you know what those
I,
differences?
on the top, it just says support and English.
Okay. Do you have anything on your bottom?
Yeah, I have a smiley face, and if I put it on, it opens its mouth.
I don't know what you're looking at now. I'm lost.
Okay. Oh,
Do you have a
connecting.
compass thing that is the Safari?
I got a. That smiley face was a Zoom virtual agent. I'm gonna forget this, but we're just gonna go ahead without me seeing you. So if you want to talk, you're gonna have to speak up.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Philippa, just to go back, Noreen suggested about taking pictures before and after, which Kristen mentioned, and I agree would be a good idea. I would be happy. We have a lot of travel plans this fall, but if I'm around, I would be happy to do that. And I know I had sent some photos in the past to Crystal Adams to also post on the town's Facebook page
That
as
would be
well, which
lovely.
I think is great just to get the word out there about what's going on at the Arboretum.
Absolutely. I think that would be a great idea. What are we up to? We're up to review of work days and projects. So I think we can review the fact that the last work day, we moved the primulas that the Girl Scouts had planted all from where they were spreading into one area. We also removed those bushes that we had planted, and Noreen had a great place to put them. So we have moved those bushes out of the way. So at this point, the area where the swale is going to be restored is marked out, and the plants that we want to retain have been moved safely out of the way.
Good.
It's ready to go. Chris is looking to see if he can get the machinery that he needs. So we're waiting to hear a confirmation on the date, but we're hoping it will be in again the next couple of weeks. So that's where that particular work piece stands. We still have the Thursday morning work times from 9:30 to whatever. The last time we worked until after 12, I think it was a long day. And Noreen, thank you so much for joining us. It was great to have you there. Noreen is looking at getting the garden club, the Quiet Corner Garden Club, to maybe take over some of the beds like the daylilies and the hosta and the shade garden.
No, wait, not the garden club. They
Oh.
really aren't going to do that. But I am going to mention it to some people.
Okay.
But the garden club is not in a position to really do long-term maintenance, particularly on gardens that they didn't plant. But because the shade garden was planted by Linda Kaplan as her master gardener project, she's also a garden club member, but it was not a garden club project. So
I see.
I don't, anybody be saying that I'm committing the garden club. So I just want to make sure that the minutes don't say anything like that.
Okay. Denise, did you get that?
I got it, Noreen. I just said that you're exploring getting some folks that you know to help at the Arboretum.
That's right. So,
Okay.
and right, and we can maybe talk about this more offline, but to me, I'm going to talk with Linda about the shade garden because she put it in. I want to just get some more insight from her. The hosta garden looks to me like it just needs a little weeding. That doesn't look, and maybe actually some funds to purchase a couple of hostas because it looks pretty okay to me. I think uh Philip and I have been exchanging emails. I think that the lily garden needs to be moved, and I don't know what the if that's one of the projects in Tom's suggestions or whatever. But
That was actually this a lady called Kathy Kirk who has been communicating with me from Putnam Rotary. And so on Saturday, October the 25th, she is hoping to get a group of Putnam Rotarians to come up. And one of the jobs that I was thinking that we would get them to do is to move some of those daylilies up to where it's more sunny. And we
yeah,
had
they
talked,
definitely need more sun.
yeah, we had talked about putting them into the bed at the south entrance where there's lots of vines, and we keep having to weed that, but they would look very pretty up there. And so I had mentioned to her that that would be the job we might be asking these people to do. That one, and also, Kristen, planting in the rain garden, those 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 new plants that you're starting.
Yep, they're
So they
ready
would
to go.
they would do that, punching through the cardboard and putting those plants in. So I sort of alerted Kathy to that those would be two tasks we would ask them to do. I will be there leading a Last Green Valley walk. So I'll be there anyhow, and anybody else can put October the 25th on their calendar and come down and supervise would be fantastic.
What are the hours of that work day, Philip? Have they been set?
They would She would like them to be able to come at 9 o'clock in the morning. I had said I would meet them at 9:30, but I will meet them at 9, and I'm doing the Last Green Valley walk at 10. So I don't know, and I don't even know if there will actually be any Rotarians coming. She's going to send this out and ask them to sign up for it, but we don't know if there will be anybody responding. But it
Well,
has
we
to,
don't know. We
it
don't
has
know now, but won't we know before that day? I mean,
we should know before that day. We don't know now.
right.
And it has to be a Saturday because many of the Rotarians work. So she requested a Saturday rather than coming on the Thursday morning when we work.
You said October 25th?
October the 25th, Saturday, October the 25th, they are looking to come at 9 o'clock. So if anybody can put that on their calendar, that would be lovely.
So they're going to both prepare a new bed for the daylilies and move them? That seems like a lot.
It seems like a lot. They will do whatever they can do.
And we don't know whether it's 2 or 25.
That's right. So I've just got enough work for everybody, or nobody will show and the work won't get done that day. Hopefully before they come, I will have a sense of how many people are coming. But we had talked about having Woodsuck Academy students that Sarah's bringing in November, but those plants need to go in before November, right, Kristen?
I think so. Sooner the better.
Right. Now, Tom had a thought for the students. One of his projects, he is concerned that waiting for the town to put in a verge along the driveway is going to take too long, that we need to do something ourselves. And he suggested that we get granite cobblestones from Sans Souci quarries that you put against each other down that south edge of the driveway, which will direct the water into the rain garden. He was gonna contact them when he gets back from his trip and find out what the price would be. And he thought that the students who are coming in November could actually dig the ditch along the driveway that the stones would go into. My understanding is that these stones fit very close together. So they'll basically make a little wall and act like a verge. I don't know if anybody has ever used these edging stones. He thought it would be more attractive and fit more in with the sort of the historical nature of the place than the verge, and that this would just fit in well with the area. Any thoughts about this?
No, I think something like cobblestones to create a guide for the water is certainly would be a lot more attractive than an asphalt strip or curbing.
Okay.
The challenge will be getting them placed and
Right.
then avoiding having a snowplow rip them all out.
I
But
hadn't even thought about that. You're right.
that's we can talk to the town. I think the town plows. Does it pass through there in the winter? I don't know who does the plowing. Somebody does.
No, the town does not do the plowing. The town has said that nobody visits the Arboretum in the winter, so they're not going to do the plowing. So Jay hires somebody to do the plowing.
Well, then we'll have to work with
Yes,
Jay
yeah.
as the season
Right.
approaches, if we
Right.
get the stones installed, to make sure we flag them with one of those bright orange poles
Right.
so they don't get ripped up.
Good thinking. Okay. The other points that Tom had made about this whole project of restoring the swale was that we should, once it's been restored, we should be sowing some wild flower seeds, so that when the water evaporates during the summer, there are plants that come up. And it's just kind of wild flowers that grow in there. And apparently there's a bag of the seed that one can get that would grow well there and would fit the area. He also suggested that we need to have somebody come in, and we talked about this the last time we were working down there, repair the stone wall that's edging that area, that not really rebuilding it, but it's like restoring it, I think was the word that they used. Was it you, Kristen, who was having somebody come and do your walls? Or was it Sandra?
No,
I think
it's
it was
me.
Sandra and Noreen.
So I sent an email to Sandra. It's you. Some of you may know him. It's Chuck McWilliams.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So he has a business here in town, and that's one of the things that he does is he calls it he will do a full-on like restoration, or he will do what he's going to do for me, which is called tightening.
That was the
So
word, tightening the wall, right?
right, that was what he's called it for me, because I didn't want it rebuilt. I told him I wanted it to look like the farmer just finished.
Yeah, so
So
the thought was, because that stone edging is kind of crumbly, the stones are all over the place, so tightening that wall would be part of one of the things that needs to be done.
Noreen, did you say his name was Chuck McWilliams?
Right.
it
Yes.
is. It's.
Okay.
I think. Would you like me to send you his contact information, or you're just doing it for the minutes?
I got it for the minutes. Yeah, thank you.
Right. I did send it to Sandra. I don't know.
Yeah, that's great, Noreen. Thank you for doing that.
Which wall, Philippa, which wall are you talking about? The one that divides our property along the northern edge, or the
No,
one?
no. The one that's right above where the swale is going to be restored.
So it's sort of a retaining wall for the path?
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And the idea is that there will be a path, a walking path around the lower end of the swale, so that one can actually walk around the swale. But where the stream will be coming out, we'll need a big stone like the one we have at the upper end. We have two big stones at the upper end of the swale area, and we may need to get another one of those big stones for this lower path, so you can walk. We'll be able to walk right away around that whole area.
Yeah, Chuck can move some big stones, and then there's another contractor in town. I use Ben Young. He's in one of the younger members of the Young family.
Yeah. Okay.
So he has heavy equipment, and he did it very reasonably for me. He moved a very large stone, so there's a lot of possibilities, I think.
Great. So that basically those are the things that will need to go along with restoring the swale is the idea. And I like the idea of having seeds in there that will come up with flowers. So when the water dries out, it doesn't look like it's just a mud hole. It looks like a pretty area, a pretty part of that area. There will need to be some stones perhaps put into the waterway so that it doesn't erode and just wash out. Tighten the stone wall. At some point, that beech tree that's dying will need to be cut down. Whether the town will do that as a safety thing or not, we will have to pursue. And then we were needing to to buy some new trees and shrubs to go around there, like button bushes and witch hazel maybe, and some other swamp roses and things that will be pretty in that area. But that was sort of Tom's list of things that he was wanting us to keep in the minutes.
Would it be worth it when we're thinking about the letter to putting some of that in there about these are the projects we're thinking about doing?
Absolutely. If we don't do it before we send out the letter. I don't know how many students, Sarah, will be coming in November.
We won't do sign-ups for that date until probably the end of this month, beginning of October.
Right. So, whether all they do is rake leaves or whether they can actually dig the ditch down the side of the driveway to put those stones in. I mean, I think they would find that exciting.
Well, I'm hoping for a bigger group because, no offense to Woodstock Academy Athletics, fall's not our season, so they should all be done before anything else happens. And also, we have no school. Like the kids have no in-school day on election day. Like we're virtual, so like they can all sleep in and do their homework later. So I was picked that date with like a purpose.
Great. So, I mean, given how many shovels we have, I don't know. I mean, they can take turns in digging. I'm really not sure how one puts those cobblestones in, but I think Tom knows. And if not, we can always Google it, right? Find out how you.
There's bound to be a YouTube video on it.
That's right. I'm thinking.
I'm sure we can dredge up shovels. I've got a couple shovels that I could lend.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Philippa, in the email that Tom sent, he's noted September 13th as being the date that Chris was going to come. Is that a question mark?
It is still a question mark, so that's why I didn't mention the date.
Okay.
Because I just think maybe don't put that in the minutes because it's not definite yet.
Okay. Thank you.
It's the one we're looking at, but I have not heard confirmation from Chris yet.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Other work days. I will be here for the next, I think, 3 Thursdays. So I'm planning on going down and working those 3 Thursdays, and then I'll be gone for about a month. So if people still want to come down and do some work on a Thursday, that's great. I have 2 Last Green Valley walks when I get back from my Camino pilgrimage in October that I will be doing. And it's nice to have things looking kind of fairly clean and neat for the Last Green Valley walks. And Sandra is doing one in September, at the end of September. That is, I think, the projects usually that we will be doing. We've talked about that is trying to move those daylilies, and as you said, Noreen, that's a big job to dig a new bed and move the daylilies. So that may not get done by the Rotarians. It may be something that we do step by step on Thursdays.
I do have a question about that bed, and I don't know if we should do this offline, but I could get some cardboard from Busquets and we could lay it down. At least it would kill the grass.
Well, I'm not sure we're going to be putting it in the grass. I thought we were going to be moving the vinca.
Don't you want to kill the vinca?
Yeah, we could do, and that's where I got the cardboard from to kill the stuff behind the rain garden. Was from Busquets. They're terrific.
Right. Yeah. They're happy to give cardboard away. So I mean, if you're planting it within vinca, I would suggest just killing the vinca with cardboard. But
I think sure. We can definitely do that, and that's an easy one to do. We've got the wood chips that we can put on top of the cardboard. So it doesn't
right. That would be easy.
That's an easy project. So maybe we'll get the Rotarians to do that and move the daylilies in the spring. Who knows? We could certainly, we did that with the rain garden bed. We kept it there for the whole winter, didn't we? And we're ready to plant.
Are you are you thinking about planting those in the bank just to the south of the parking area, kind of
Yes,
around the sign, the big sign
right.
that's there?
Right the way in that bank is a sunny spot.
Yeah.
And that,
Well,
that
I wondered,
yeah,
do we really want to kill all the vinca, or do we want to just create a hole to put it for each daylily plant so that the vinca can do erosion control in between the daylily plants?
that's a good suggestion. What do people think?
Well,
Kristen,
I don't personally like vinca only because it creates its own mat and it's not a native at all. If we want to do that, maybe we should consider getting some kind of a native ground cover. Um,
like
that would,
what?
well, I don't know. I'll think about it, but
Okay.
um,
Kristen, any thoughts
I
about
mean, phlox subulata is a good one. It's low growing
okay.
and it's evergreen, pretty much.
But then we'd still have to kill the vinca because
Yes,
pulling it out isn't going to be easy
you'd still
or
have to
efficient.
kill the vinca, and so putting the cardboard down is still, and then waiting until next spring to transplant, which is a fine time to transplant daylilies. And then you could do it all at the same time, put in blocks when you plant the daylilies.
And John's point is a good one, but if we were going to cover it with cardboard and wood chips, we would be preventing erosion that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Kristen, what do you think about the idea of replacing the vinca with phlox?
I don't know that particularly. It seems like the simpler thing would be to plant the daylilies tight enough so that they don't need a ground cover. Let me think.
Do we have enough daylilies to cover that big an area? Daylilies do spread, but they don't spread that fast.
Yeah, and we have something amongst the daylilies right now. What is that plant that we have amongst the daylilies right now? It's we also have it up at, in the north end of the Arboretum, right around where the water comes out.
Pachysandra?
No,
not the foam flower.
Foam flowers. That's what it is, right? We
Really?
we have foam flower growing all amongst the daylilies right now.
That's perfect, really.
That is
native.
perfect. Yes, that's a perfect one, actually.
So we could move that with the daylilies, right?
Sounds good.
Okay. So putting cardboard over the vinca would be a good project then, right? And that would be something that the Rotarians could do if we got enough of them.
Yep.
Or the high school kids.
Or the high school kids, or us on a Thursday, because it's not
Right.
a difficult thing to do. I mean, I put cardboard all over behind the rain garden, and it was not a problem. Okay, got that listed for the task: cardboard and wood chips over there. Okay. Other comments about the work projects? Okay, moving right along. I have summer interns. Why do we have to talk about summer interns?
I just didn't know if you wanted to say anything. I know at the last meeting we talked about getting gift cards in their last day. If you just wanted to say anything about how that went.
Oh, they were thrilled.
Good.
They were thrilled. Yeah, Sandra got the gift cards, and the group of us gave them to them and thanked them and said they're wonderful, and they were very grateful. And both said that if they were able to, they would like to work again next year, which was very nice.
They were great.
Thank you, Denise, for thinking of that. I think that was very gracious, and we were at the last minute, so I think it was super that you got it done.
Yeah.
They were terrific kids, and they worked well together, and they worked with us old ladies, and that was great.
They did work hard, didn't they? Boy, they worked in the rain, they worked in the heat. And they worked with us old ladies, as you said, Kristen.
And the occasional old man.
And the occasion.
Ah,
That's right. Not to diss you there, John. You were right there with us.
Well, I haven't been there very often, but I get there when I can.
Well, that's what we all do. We all. I'm just so impressed with all of you because everybody gets there when they can, and that's wonderful. Even
Philippa,
yes.
I was just wondering if for the minutes, do you happen to have the dates of the last Green Valley walks for this fall, just so that I can include them, that then folks can see and get on their calendars and maybe come, and I'd love to make cookies or something for as many as I can.
Okay, hang on a minute. I'll go and look.
Okay.
I haven't seen a last Green Valley Walktober calendar yet. Usually they publish one that's lots
They
of
did.
pictures.
Yeah, we got ours.
Oh,
I got a glossy one in the mail too.
Yeah.
maybe
Okay.
I hadn't sent them a check.
Oh,
It always helps.
Okay, Denise.
yep.
I think that the September one is the 27th,
Okay.
I believe, and then the October ones are the 22nd and the 25th.
Okay.
And I will be stopping down there on the 9th to pick up the T-shirts and the sign-in sheets and all that good stuff and get it to Sandra, who is doing the first walk.
Okay. And they're all at 10 a.m.?
Yes. And we also do still have some cookies of yours. In my
Oh,
freezer,
okay.
I have a box of your chocolate chip cookies, which I was going to give to the students when they come.
Oh, that's great. And if the
Great cookie lady.
Rotarians turn out folks, I can do that. I mean, I don't know if for the Walktober things, but if I can, I will.
You are a great cookie lady. Thank you, Denise. I appreciate that.
Cookies and
loves more
minutes.
cookies. So does everybody agree that we should sort of hold off on that lovely letter? And thank you for writing that letter, Denise. It was lovely. It was just very thoughtful and sweet. And I just think that we can be more precise about what we've spent in the projects and what we want to do in the future if we send it out in November.
I think that would be really, really helpful to wait to be able to include some of those details and more specifics.
Okay. Terrific. Oh, I just wanted to let you know, forgot to tell you this, that I met with John Guskowski, who is the town planner, and let him know about the swale restoration because he was concerned about the wording of our previous minutes. And he has given the go-ahead for the swale restoration. He absolutely said that was just fine. And also the removal of invasive plants, that's just fine. So we do have town approval for what we're doing. I just wanted to let you know that. And Sandra had thought it would be nice to invite the selectman and him to have a tour of the Arboretum at some point. And I thought that was a good idea. Maybe after we've done the restoration, invite them to come and just see what's happening down there. So they have a better sense of what trees are potential dangerous trees and what trees are dying. Because I think that they haven't been down there. So they really don't know exactly what our needs are. Does everybody feel about that?
Totally agree.
Great idea. For that one, I won't bake cookies. I'll bring a bottle of wine.
All right. I like the way you think, Denise.
Or a growler from Bare Hands, or
There you
I guess
go.
it should be Taylor Brook, but yeah.
Or
Yes, Taylor
Treehouse.
Brook.
Or
Yeah.
Well, it's still
Treehouse.
open.
Yeah. We've got some good places to support around here.
Do.
Okay. I think we have a short goals for our long-term plan development. And we just need to get those goals in place. I feel good about getting that swale restoration. And we talked at the last meeting about, doing this in steps and making sure that of things like we don't leave the soil exposed so there is erosion. So I do feel good about the steps that we've got in place. And I think that if you ever look back at the minutes in the last 15 or 20 years of the committee, you'll see them discussing the same issues that we've been discussing with no solutions, you know. They thought
Sounds like the state of immigration in our country or healthcare. How many years have we been talking about it and nothing's been happening really?
That's right. So I think we are a powerhouse committee, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to sort of stress that. Any other business?
Oh, I have one thought. I was looking on the town website, and if you go to the town website and you go to the rec department and you click on Parks in Woodstock, a PDF comes up, but it does not mention the Arboretum.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's got Roseland, which of course is not owned by the town. I
Right.
mean, so I think that somebody needs to it's in a PDF format. So somebody would actually have to redo the PDF to add us, but I think that the Arboretum should definitely be added.
Oh,
I mean, it appears in some different place, but it should appear when you open up the Parks and Rec, right?
absolutely. Let me talk to Crystal about that. She would be the person.
Okay,
But thank you for pointing that out.
okay. I just
I've
wanted to
on that website. I'm not even sure I know how to go on it, but I bet I could if I had to.
figure it out.
I could figure it out. Yes. Okay, but thank you very much, Noreen. I will talk to Crystal about that. Okay, any other things? We've gone through like a hot knife through butter here. Anything else? Hearing nothing, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A second?
Okay.
Is that a second?
Yep, Sarah.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Aye. Okay, good night, everybody. Thank you very
Good
much.
night.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Thank you.
Give our best wishes to Phil.
Thank you very much. See you all soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Sarah.
Bye.